Hi, welcome to a brand new video of the Target Individual Program, Target Individual Experience. Here by Pam, I was going to leave, but I said, you know what, let me stay for the night. My daughter went to bed early because she was tired. Apparently, she was up all night uh, Wednesday, I'm sorry, Tuesday, so she didn't go to sleep. She was up, you know, all night. Okay, I guess, again, she's suffering from insomnia too. Because again, being hit with directed energy weapons, right? No one wants to believe us TIs, though the evidence is out there that says that the U.S. government, particularly security agencies and the FBI, have knowledge of these things and have the U.S. government have been developing these things for decades. Okay, and then top of that, as a TI being illegally microchipped for remote role monitoring, and now again on a daily basis, remote role monitoring, extreme surveillance, using sirens to uh, subliminally speak to you in a sort of way, as well as through the silent sound. So, for example, today, every time I walk into the kitchen and I looked out the window, right? They're using the police sirens. Okay, so when I walk into the kitchen, I get over here, I'm standing, I'm face the wood. I just you get like you feel, have a feeling that you're being directed to look out the window. Even though the window is there, you'll see it, but there's a specific feeling that you get. Okay, it's like almost like you're in like a trance. And every time that happens, out here, whoop, very subtle. Okay, and it's been happening every single time today since I walked into this kitchen. Okay, again, it's like when I come in here when Pam is here, and what she'll do, she'll turn and she'll face the window. You hear with the sirens now? Okay, so this is what they've been doing in this extreme way. Okay, which is unnerving, unsettling. Uh, there are times sometimes like my hands shaking because being hit with these weapons and it's not because of fear, it's because the nerve, right? These weapons, they attack not only your mind but your nervous system. Okay, they would think things fall out your hands because you can't hold on to it, or you become um, oblivious to having something in your hand, and it just falls out of your hand because that reaction where your hands open but you're not uh, conscious of it. We have conscious of opening and closing our hands, right? But there are times when we're not even conscious of what our hands are doing because we're being controlled, right? Uh, Outside of our conscious mindset, right? Our conscious awareness of what it is that we're doing with our bodies. So these are the things, and this is why they're attacking me so heavily, because again I continue to speak out against these things. And yesterday, again, I talk about how they always put you through these tests. It's constant, okay? And so you're able to recognize these. At least I'm able to recognize things. Like I said, I can see their programming. I can, I don't want to compare it to, let's say, the movie The Matrix with Neo seeing all the codes, but I can see the psychological um, tactics and methods, right? On the news, on social media, on YouTube, all these things when they're sending a subliminal message. Sometimes I know it's not direct towards me, right? Because we are conditioned in a certain way in terms of how we're being targeted, right? What type of subliminal message are being sent to us, what we are directed to do and say. So I'm able to see other types of subliminal messages being programmed into the minds of people through social media to the news, right? So again, this is what they've been doing for decades within the communities in which Black people live, running their psyops, using technologies that we are oblivious to, don't or are unaware of it, lying to us about the advancements in technology, technological development. Okay, when it comes to certain things, I just read an article about artificial intelligence, in which an artist used a software to create a painting that won the um, he entered into a competition and he got first place, right? And he's talking about how uh, that a lot of people have no idea how far the technology is, right? They think that we can't do this, but yes we can, Yes, we certainly can using AI. So again, lying to us about the advancement in technology of how advanced we are technologically, okay, holding the public back in terms of introducing being truthful about certain types of technology, lying to the public because they want to use it to their advantage, which is to control, okay, and to not make you believe that these things are just starting to be developed. No, when they've been developed, these things a decade or 2 decades ago. All right, and if you don't believe me, just go Google um, subway. Look for pictures of subway systems in Hong Kong, or and I use Hong Kong in particular because, like I said, I used to work with these Chinese guys. They both lived in Hong Kong, and they used to tell me about how advanced, you know, uh, the subway system is and how advanced places were in Hong Kong, even in the 1980s and even in the 1990s. Things that they've implemented now in the United States have already been implemented in Hong Kong in the early 2000s or even the 1990s. So they dumb us down purposely. Okay? So understand their manipulative games, their lies, and the tactics that they're using, and how they try to get away with it with non-consensual experimentation. Okay? And like I said, I'll continue to do my videos regardless of the threats, regardless of them monitoring me and using car honks and police sirens, everything I touch, I look at, or what have you, directed me using directed energy weapons, silent sound spectrum. I'm going to continue to expose them. Okay? So anyway, I'll talk to you guys in the next video.